Welcome to this slow flow intermediate level class. My name is Jade and today I'm joined by Sandra, who's going to demonstrate with me. The invitation for your practice today is to move with awareness, slowly, sweetly, allowing your breath to fill the shapes and sensations, and also to explore different ways of moving and exploring different pathways. Let's begin by just bringing awareness to the shape we inhabit, resting your hands upon your knees, bringing your right foot in front of your left, checking in with the weighting between your seat bones, acknowledging your spine, feeling your head balanced atop your spine, and then bringing awareness into your shoulders, feeling as your arms move from your shoulder joints, bringing your awareness to your hips, feeling as your legs relax on your mat. Tuning into your breathing, in and out through your nose. Allow your breath to fill your shape. Feel that you could slide your breath down your spine and up the back of your neck. That your breath could illuminate your arms and could sink into your legs. That your breath can invigorate your awareness of your body and allow your mind to be anchored in your practice. Take 3 more conscious breaths, in and out through the nose. Feeling your shape. After your 3rd exhale, opening your eyes, bringing your hands down beside you, and then sweeping your arms up to the sky. Feel the gentle touch of your palms above your head, and then draw your hands down, keeping your spine long and tall, releasing your hands to your sides. Sweeping your arms up, moving mindfully through the air, and then feeling the texture as your palms meet, and then drawing down, a descending of energy, a pulling of your awareness into your center. One more time, releasing your touch, moving gracefully through the air, feeling the touch of your hands and then drawing down. Rolling your chin towards the tips of your fingers, releasing your hands towards your mat. Rolling, sliding your fingertips along your mat and coming to fold as deeply as you're able to. Resting your forehead, if you can, upon the mat, and then bringing the palms of your hands up, away from the mat, coming up onto fingertips, pressing your armpits down towards the floor. Breathing up through your arms across the back of your chest. Exhale, release the palms of your hands down onto your mat. Slide your hands in underneath your shoulders. Press into your hands to roll through your spine. And as you roll, lift the backs of your hands up towards the sky, opening your heart, and then allowing your hands to come down to the side. Sliding the hands forwards. Slowly feel the texture of your mat. And then allow your forehead to come down. As you inhale, palms of the hands pick up away from the mat, fingertips press down, elbows press down, armpits press down. As you inhale, you widen across the back of your shoulder blades. And as you exhale, softening the outside edges of your ears and your shoulders. One more breath here. Then releasing your palms, sliding your hands in underneath your shoulders, pressing into your hands to undulate up your spine. Picking up the backs of your hands, lifting palms to face towards the sky, and then allowing your hands to cascade down. Crossing your legs the other way, bringing the left foot in front. Good. So same thing again, just take a moment to open your arms up. Feel the distribution of your weight as your hands are placed above your shoulders. Think about holstering your shoulders in their sockets, lifting your heart, and then bringing your hands down through the center line. Sliding your palms onto your mat, reaching them forwards. Resting your forehead. Sink back into both seat bones equally. Pick up palms of your hands, press down through armpits. Breathe into the shape you make and feel into what this shape makes you feel like. Take another breath here. Exhale, release the palms, slide your hands in underneath your shoulders, press into your hands and roll up through your spine. Pick the backs of your hands up and then let your arms cascade down to the sides. Hands in front of you one more time, sliding forwards. Sink your seat bones down into the mat, forehead to the floor. Picking your palms up, pressing your armpits down. Two more breaths. Fill your shape with your breath. As you exhale, release your palms down. Slide your hands in underneath your shoulders. Press and undulate up. Pick the backs of your hands up. This time, interlace your fingers and press the palms of your hands up towards the ceiling. Then slide your shoulders down your back. Then press up. Feel this lift all the way through your body and then slide your shoulders down. One more time, pressing up. Sliding down, turning the palms to face towards you, bringing your hands down. Good. Picking your knees up and coming to hands and knees. Hands underneath shoulders. Spread each and every finger and thumb wide. I like to bring my little finger to the mat first, then my fourth, my middle, my index. I pick up my palm and thumb reaches out so you get a lovely stretch across the entire breadth of your palm. Knees are underneath your hips and toes are tucked under. Think about spreading your toes in the same way as you spread your hands. Taking very conscious cat-cow. So as you inhale, draw your shoulders back and down, collarbones forward and wide, arching your spine. As you exhale, pulling belly in towards your spine to hug it close, dropping the back of your head. Inhaling, arching. Drawing collarbones forwards. Exhale, curving evenly through the entire length of your spine. Release the back of your neck. Arching as you inhale. Last time. Curving as you exhale. Come back into the center line. Sink your heels and your hips towards one another, and then lengthen your legs slowly, come into a downward facing dog. Reverse that action. Drop your hips towards your heels, bend your knees, come forwards into your tabletop and arch. And then sinking your hips towards your heels, pressing into toes, fingers, lengthening the legs, coming up into your downward facing dog. Here, feel into the down dog. Take time to bring your chest forward a little, to bring it away from your thighs, and then sink down into it again as you exhale. Bringing your chest forward and back. A few more times. And then playing with what's happening with your feet. So as you inhale, come up onto the tiptoes, setting your shoulders, and then as you exhale, sink your heels down towards the mat again. Inhaling up onto your toes, rolling your hips, and then exhale, heels down. A few more times up onto the tiptoes, working through your legs, picking your kneecaps up away from the floor. Feel into the texture of your belly here. What's happening through your shoulders, through the back of neck. Relax your jaw on the inhale, and then exhale out through your mouth. Last one, inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale, drop your knees down towards the floor, hips towards heels, come forwards, arch the spine. Exhale, sit back into a child's pose, keep your toes tucked. Take a few breaths here. You should feel quite a stretch coming through your fingertips. We've set our hands really nice and wide. How does that feel to your usual downward facing dog? And now we're going to switch up our down dog and see what's happening in different areas of our feet and our hands. Inhale, come up to hands and knees, arch spine. Exhale, curve, and then press back into your down dog. Turn your toes to face wide, heels to face in. Something different. Press to the outer edges of your feet. And same thing, come forwards over your hands with your chest and press back. This might feel really funky for you if you've got a very established practice. What's happening in your inner thighs? What's happening in your legs? Does it make you freak out because it's not in alignment? Or does it delight you because it's a new sensation? One more time, inhaling forwards, exhaling back. Inhaling up onto your toes. Exhale, drop your heels to the center again. It feels weird, huh? But enjoy it. Inhale up onto your toes. What's happening in your hips? What's happening in your pelvis? Exhale into your heels. What's going on here? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Why? And then let's do something else funky. Let's turn the feet in the other direction. Toes facing in, heels facing out. This time, pressing to the inside, the arches of your feet. What's going on here? And has that made your shoulders come in towards your ears? Can you press your shoulders out to the sides? Fantastic. Come forwards with your chest as you inhale. Pick your kneecaps up away from the floor. Exhale, press back. What's happening in your hips? Inhale, come forwards. Think about pressing the arches of the feet towards the ground. Exhale, press back. couple more times, forward and back, feeling into the texture of your thighs, hips, shoulders. Beginner's mind with your movement. What if this was how the pose was always supposed to be like? And then up onto your toes. Kneecaps almost fall into the center. It's funky, it's different. Keep breathing. Up onto your toes. Heels fall to the outside edges of the mat. One more time, up onto your toes. Good, drop them down. Set your heels behind you. Roll over your toes, knees to the floor. Settle into a child's pose. Check in. What's happening? How's your breathing? How are your wrists? What's going on in your head? And can you sink out of that headspace and come back into your body? Walk your hands in underneath your shoulders and press to sit on your heels. Just to open your wrists, walk the tops of your hands over onto the mat and give a very gentle press down through the front of the wrist. Swap. Rolling over your fingertips, drop here. We're not putting any weight on here, so I'm not over the wrist. I'm just giving a gentle stretch all the way through the front here. And again, other side. Maybe a slightly different angle. Find what feels good for you. This is excellent if you find you work at the computer a lot. We don't often stretch our wrists in this way. And the other side. Rolling over the top. Changing directions. Finding something that needs a little bit more juiciness. And then releasing. Coming up onto hands and knees, walk your hands out to the sides. Thumbs face forwards. We're going to take a down dog again, and we're going to have our hands like this, and we're going to see what this does with our shoulders, with our hips, with our brain. Tuck your toes under, press yourself back to downward facing dog. Good. So really interesting in what goes on in your shoulders, what goes on in your wrists. Bend one knee deeply. Extend through the back of the other leg. Breathe into this shape, this new shape you may never have made and you may never make again. Swap knees. Bend the other knee deeply, extend through the opposite leg, feel into your wrists. Are they happy? And if they're not, make a change. Good, setting the legs straight, both of them, coming forwards. Knees to the floor. This time, wrists face in. Finally, wrists face forwards, turn your fingertips to face in. This is one of my favorites. And then walk your knees towards your fingertips slowly. Sit back onto your heels. Gently, gently. If your palms move away from the mat, that's absolutely fine. Maybe they press down slowly, but really go easy. Does it feel good? Does it feel safe? Does it feel nice? And if it feels nice, breathe into that enjoyable sensation. Slowly peel the palms up off the mat. Bring the fingertips together and just roll your wrists. Then an opportunity to do something really wacky. Notice which little finger is on the outside and then re-wrap your fingers so the other little finger's on the inside. Know which way you like to circle and then try and go opposite. Good. It always feels really weird. Excellent. Good. Give it a little shake out. Okay, so we're going to be exploring some lunges now. And again, we're going to feel into different ways to set our lunge and to enjoy the sensation through our pelvis and of course through our quads and hamstrings. Start in your tabletop, tucking your toes under, pressing back to downward facing dog. Perhaps do a little set with your shoulders, come up onto your toes and heels. Find that place that feels good for you or new for you, rolling your shoulders away from your ears. And then when you're ready, inhale and step your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Bring your hands up to your right knee and then just for a moment see what it's like to overstep. What happens in your body? Do you tend to sag in the belly and can you hold yourself in even as you overstep? Then bring yourself back to alignment. Overstep a little. Come back, out and sink. Now pick your toes up and do the same. Out. Alignment, over the front, keep your toes lifted. Feel that you can extend through the front of the left hip. One more time, out, into alignment, knee over ankle, and then take an overstep. Good. Release your toes. Fantastic. Take your arms out to the side. Turn your palms so they face back and reach up as high as you can. Bring your hands down through the center line, bend your elbows and bring your palms down. Rest your chest on your thigh. Take 3 deep breaths here. Feel that you can wrap your thighs into the center, extending through the top of your left thigh, even as you bow your chin towards your chest. Fill this shape with breath. Press your back heel away from you. Your left knee almost hovers up off the mat. And then slowly start to straighten your right leg. Bring your weight back towards the left hip. Walk your fingertips and then pick your toes up. Drop your right seat bone down a little. Good, so feel that you can hike your right seat bone up to make it less intense, or you can really roll your thigh out to the side, drop it down, spread your toes if you can. Good. Inhale, reaching up with your chest. Rising your chest up. And then maybe walking yourself further forwards. Don't push yourself too soon. Slow flow, rising your chest. Filling your shape with breath and awareness. Good. Spread your toes again. Good. Walk your hands forwards. Bend your front knee. And what you're going to do is you're going to walk your hands to the inside of your leg. Let's take a little twist first. So right palm is on the floor next to the right foot. Press your shoulder and your knee into each other. Open up through the front of your chest. Good. Here, explore with your arm. What happens if you bring it behind your back and roll your shoulder back a little bit more? What happens if you reach it down alongside your leg? What happens if you reach it over your head? Find an intuition with what your arm would like today. Keep breathing whatever you do. Explore with your hand and your wrist. And then when you're ready, bring both hands down. Here you're going to turn your back foot. You're going to bring the inside of the foot down and you're going to turn your knees. Flex the toes of the left foot. Good. And then walk yourself across to the left side, pivoting across, lovely. Flex the toes of the right foot. Walking from side to side. What happens if you point the toes of the foot this time? Moving across. Pointing. What different sensation do you get in the pose? Next time you come across to the right, take a nice twist. Either feet flexed or pointed. Raise your left arm up to the sky. Press your shoulder into the knee, knee into shoulder. And breathe here. Enjoy the breath. Feel into your neck. What's going on in your head, chest, face? Good. Over to the other side. Your choice whether you flex or point the foot, what feels good for your knee, what feels good for your hips, opening up. Let your movements be artistic. You're painting a yoga picture that's all yours. Does your arm want to go overhead? Is there more of a side stretch? Does your arm want to reach through? It's really open to you, whatever you need to do here. As long as you are breathing and feeling, it's perfect. Then bring your hands down and turn so your left knee comes inside your arms and drop it to the floor so it faces in the same direction as the sole of your foot. You may want to push the calf muscle out to the side so you can sit down next to your ankle. Your choice to stay here, or if you wish, to sweep your arms up overhead and come down over extended right leg. Feel. What does this pose offer you today? Feel into the weighting of your seat bones. Are they even? Press into the top of your left foot. What does this do in your belly? What does it do in your thighs? Come up halfway. Flex your right foot. Then come down again. Press into the top of the left foot. Feeling it on the mat. Good. Softening your shoulders. Take another breath here. Coming up. Sweeping your arms overhead. Drawing them to your heart. Walking your hands forwards to about shin level. You're then going to bend your front knee, bring your weight into your front foot, into your lunge. This time, tuck the toes under behind you, lift the knee away from the floor and press into your back heel. From here, walking your hands up to your knee, and then we're going to explore with sinking deep and then lifting up. Pulling to the midline, sinking deep, pulling up, sinking, opening your arms wide, pulling up, finding strength and also finding ease here. Press into the back knee to lift it towards the sky. These movements create heat. One more time, rising up effortlessly. This time, straightening the front leg, bringing your hands down either side of your shins. Press the back heel towards the floor if you can. Then pick your belly up. Try and fold it over your thigh. Roll your thigh to the inside. Good. Take a few breaths here. No rush, no hurry. Wonderful stretch for the hamstrings. Is your left leg still engaged, still active, still pressing into the back heel? Come up halfway. We're going to take a real leap of faith step. Fingertips are either side of your foot. Bring your weight into your front foot. Come up onto the toes of the back. See if you can raise your leg up towards the sky. So the left leg lifts, fingertips are on the floor, and can you keep on lifting that left leg? Lift it higher, higher. Trust in the sensations, trust in your capability. Explore bending the right knee a little. What does this do to the pose? Can your shoulders be soft and relaxed here as you lift the left leg higher? Straightening out the right knee. Now bend your top leg. Bring your left knee in close to your right and see if you can come up slowly. Slowly, there might be a wobble. Hug your left knee into your chest. Well done. Bring your hands around your knee. Good. Feel that sense of achievement of having stood on that right leg for so long. And then bring your hand to the top of the thigh, press it down. Feel a resistance as you press, as you press. And then the lightness when it lands. Arms come up. Bringing gratitude into the center of your body, feeling your achievement, feeling the sensations on the two sides. Sweeping your arms up overhead once again. Good. Bending elbows, bending knees, rolling, curling, coming down. Stepping one foot at a time back to downward facing dog. Feel your dog. Your choice to do whatever you need. Maybe you like that sensation of heels out or heels in. Breathe your shape. Let it be a sweet sensation and take a rest if you need to. We're going to explore the other side. Looking between your hands, step your left foot between your hands. Right knee comes to the floor. Good. Bringing your hands up to your knee. Press into the back toes. Try and pick the toes of the left foot up. Shoulders down your back. And then explore with a little overbend and up. Coming over the ankle, extending through the front of the right hip and coming up again. A couple more times. Explore what happens when you charge energy through your toes and up through the front of your hip. Keep breathing as you move. Last time. Release your toes down. Fingertips either side of your foot. Just take a moment here to release. Untuck your toes. Press into the tops of your right feet. Release the back of your neck completely. Keep pressing into the top of the right feet. Feel the nails of your toes. Fill your shape with breath. Good. Then walking your fingertips back slowly. Tuck the back toes. Bring the left toes up to the sky. If you can, spread your toes. I find it really difficult on my left side. And then drop your seat bone down towards the floor, an external rotation of your thigh. Pick your chest up halfway. Smile. Sweetness, fold forwards. What's happening? What's happening? Coming up halfway. Folding. Releasing, acknowledging. Coming up one more time. Bending the front knee. Bringing your left hand to the inside. Shoulder and knee press into each other. Taking a twist. Exploring variations with your arms. Does your arm want to come forward? Does your arm want to go back and wrap? Does it feel lovely to draw your shoulder away from the front of your chest? What happens in your hip when you do that? What happens when you overarch, or if you tuck through perhaps? There's something different for everyone in these poses. Bringing your hands down slowly. Turning your right foot so the inside of the arch faces towards you, coming into that deep lunge on one side, playing with a flexed foot to begin with, turning your chest to look towards your foot. Good. And then walking your hands across to the other side, slowly transferring the weight, flexing the foot, shoulder presses into knee, maybe you open out through the chest. Again to one side. This time with a pointed toe. And to the other. Slow transitions. Pointing the toe. And then flexing your foot. Coming across for a last time. Flexing your foot again and taking that twist, opening your arms up. Your choice now, you can flex or point. Play with the pose. Feel your shoulder in its socket roll back away from your ears. Check with the texture of your neck, how does it feel? Good. Moving across to the right. This time, walk your knee so it comes between your hands. Drop the knee down. Good. You may need to rock to the side just to push your calf muscle outside. So you're sitting with your ankle next to your hip. Toes of the left foot are flexed. Good. Sweep your arms up overhead. Folding forwards. Meet the pose. Then rebound up, come up. Rise your chest and then meet the pose again. If you can, spread your toes. I'm going to keep working on it. One day I'll get it. Rising, easing. What happens if you let the toes fall out to one side? What's the sensation through the leg? What happens if you roll it to the other side, maybe with the help of your hands? Something different. Something different. Feel into it. Checking in with the back of your neck, making sure you're not pressing your teeth together. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feeling your seat bones on the mat,
pressing the top of your right foot onto your mat, feeling how that might change the pose, connect up a few little different dots. Notice how when you press into the top of your right foot, you could almost draw your left thigh back into its socket. Pressing into the top of the right foot, exploring the sensations in your pelvis, through the back of the left leg, through the back of your neck. Take 2 more breaths here. As you inhale, rise up.
Bring your hands forwards, and from here, press into your hands to bend the front knee. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee up off the floor. Come into a high lunge. Really think about lifting the back knee towards the sky as you walk your hands to the front knee. Good. Keep pressing into the back heel, hugging both sets of thighs to the midline. Bring your hands to your heart. As you inhale, the arms rise and you lift. As you exhale, you sink deeper and press that back heel away. Inhale as a rise. Exhale as a press. Building heat. Staying present. Press the back heel. Last time, rising up. Condensing everything to the center. Hands down. Good. From here, see if it's possible to slowly transfer the weight forward. Rise the right toes up off the floor, coming into your standing bend. Fingertips to the floor, soften your shoulders. Keep lifting that right leg. Keep lengthening through both legs. Keep rolling the left thigh out to the side and feeling the press of your big toes, your second toes, your third toes, your fourth toes, all toes. And breathe. Good. What happens if you move the leg a little? What happens if you bend your left knee? Can you keep rising your right leg as you bend your left knee? Good. Can you keep breathing and smiling and trusting? Straighten the left leg. Bend your right knee now. Slide your right knee alongside your left. With all the strength you have, slowly coming up, even if you wobble. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Well done. You did it. You made it. Broaden across your collarbones. Check in with yourself. How does your heart feel? How do your lungs feel? Bring your hands to the top of your thigh. Feel the resistance as you press your thigh down towards the floor, your thigh back into your hands. You're almost there. Release your foot. Open your hands up. Feel both feet on the earth. Feel both hands reaching to the heavens. Draw the 2 into the center. 2 more times. Reaching your arms out. Feeling the press of your feet and the reach of your hands, condensing it, drawing it, making a sacrament of it in your body. Last time. Bend knees, sweep hands behind you. Come into a chair pose, reaching your fingers forwards, sinking your tailbone down. Lengthening through the back of your neck instead of bringing your chin up. Press into the outside edges of your feet. Sink a little lower. Actually sit into your chair. And then draw your elbows in. Sweep your hands back. Keep a bend of your knees. Chest is to your thighs. Little fingers are going to reach over your head. And now you're going to draw the fronts of your shoulders away from your knees. Broaden across your collarbones. Reach your fingertips way over your head. Breathe, fill this shape. Sweep your fingertips along the floor. Then roll up, curl up. Drag your fingertips up. Bring them all the way up to the sky. Turn your palms, face them towards the sky, and let them come down either side of you. One more time. Bending elbows, bending knees. Sweeping your arms forwards, sitting into your chair. Dropping your tailbone, lengthening the back of your neck, pressing into the outside edges of your heels and your toes. Breathe and feel your shape. Reach those fingertips away from you, sit into that chair, and then drop your fingertips either side of your toes, sweep your arms overhead, this time straighten your legs, interlace your fingers, reach overhead. Bend one knee deeply. Soften your shoulders, bring them away from the front of your knees. Bend the other knee. Slowly breathing. Straightening both your legs, bringing your hands down towards your hips and then interlacing your fingers the other way. Other little finger on the inside. Pull your belly away from your thigh and then reach your arms overhead. Roll your shoulders back away from your knees, keeping your collarbones wide. Good. This time, turn your toes to face in, your heels to face wide. It feels weird, it feels wonderful. Shoulders away from knees. Press into the outside edges of your feet. Allow your arms to effortlessly reach overhead. Good. Bring your heels back into line behind your toes. Bend your knees, sweep your fingertips down either side of your feet. Roll up. Release your chin, release your chest. Slowly rolling to standing, bring the backs of your hands towards the sky. Hands down either side of your body. And we're going to roll down again. Relax your arms. Chin towards chest. Curling down through your upper vertebrae. You can bend your knees a little if you wish. Slowly rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. Stepping one foot at a time back into downward facing dog. Fill your shape with breath. Press into all four corners of your fingers, palms, wrists, thumbs. And same with your feet. Big toes, little toes, outside edge of the heels, inside edge of the heels. Tilt your tailbone between your legs, a little curve. And then lift your tailbone up between your legs and arch. Tilt. Arch, breathing. Tilt, breathe in. Arch, breathe out. Last one, tilting, arching, bending your knees deep, sit your hips towards your heels. Slowly come into child's pose and take a rest. Forehead softens onto your mat. Shoulders are completely relaxed. Check in with the sensations. Try to resist the urge to arrange clothing, to look around you, to do anything other than be here right now.
Take 3 more breaths. Coming up onto hands and knees.
We're just going to do a little swing and sweep of the legs. So starting with the right leg, extend the right leg out along the mat. Feel your toes touching the mat and then rise your leg up. Arch your back as you lift. And then as you exhale, draw chin in towards knee. Extend, lengthen, open and curve. And curl. One more time on this side. Extend, open, lift, and curl. Swapping to the other side. Slowly slide that leg out behind you. Lift and curl. Lift as you inhale. Curl as you exhale. Last time, sweeping the leg out, curling as you come in, bringing the knee down, sitting to the side, bringing your feet out in front of you, bringing your feet about hip distance apart or maybe a little wider, and we're just going to take a really slow forward fold. Bring your arms out in front of you. Pick your spine and your rib cage up away from your thighs, and then reach your fingertips forwards as if you're curling over a ball, slowly coming forwards, and then allow yourself to come forwards from the hips. Draw your elbows in underneath you, soften your hands, take a breath. Reaching to your toes and beyond, and then coming up. Come up through the front line. Draw your spine in slow curves to come up, up, up. Then rise your arms towards the sky. Hands come down in front of you. Once again, we're going to curl over. Reaching your fingertips almost beyond your toes. Reaching over, then curling from your hips. Good. From there, sliding your elbows so they come in underneath your shoulders, so bending your elbows, relaxing your shoulders, and then reaching beyond your toes again. Coming up, curling from the inside of your belly up, rolling, reaching. Last one. Arms coming down. Reaching over, scooping around, going beyond your toes. Then from your hips, draw your elbows in underneath your shoulders. Relax the tops of your shoulders. Reaching beyond your toes, using your front belly to curl you up. Slowly stacking your spine, raising your arms. Just interlace your fingers and bring your hands behind your head. Think about drawing your spine nice and long. And then releasing your hands. Bring the fingertips to face forwards. Bring your feet now hip distance apart. Bring your toes down towards the floor and lift your hips. Come down. When you're ready, pressing into your hands, pointing your toes, lifting your hips, head back. And release. Last one. Pointing your toes, lifting your hips. And release down. Bending your knees. Sliding your hips forwards, curling your hands around your knees, and slowly releasing yourself back. With your hands placed upon your knees, start to make circles of your knees right above your sacrum and your hips. This is a really lovely feeling of massaging your sacrum on the floor. Take the movement even slower, even sweeter. And then reverse. Small circles of knees above the hips. Good. And then to finish, we'll take spinal twist. So keep your right knee hugged into your chest. Straighten your left leg up to the sky to begin with. And then so slowly lower that left leg down towards the floor. Keep lowering, take your time. Feel as it makes its way towards the floor. And before it touches, lengthen it out a little bit more. Reach the toes away from your nose, and then it meets. Hug that right knee into your chest. And then take a deep breath into your rib cage, soften the backs of your shoulders. From here, move your right knee away from your chest so it's stacked over your hips. Bring your right shin away from the floor. Left hand over right knee, right arm out to the side. Think about picking your right leg up and over to turn into your spinal twist. Your right shoulder is reaching towards the floor. I keep my chin facing directly up towards the sky, but it's your choice if you wish to look over your right shoulder. Fill your shape with breath. Whatever shape it is you're making, whether your shoulder's on the floor or off, whether your right knee has met the floor or not. Be with your practice. Take 3 more breaths. Slowly bring that right knee back to the center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. From here, hugging just the left, extending your right leg up towards the sky, and then slowly think about lengthening your leg out of the socket, reaching it away from you, finding the weight before it touches the ground. Reach a little further with your toes. Hug that left knee in, and as it meets the floor, soften your shoulders. Good. Moving your left knee away from your chest, rising your shin so it's parallel with the floor. Right arm over left knee, left arm out to the side. Picking your right hip up and over the midline. Your choice once again of whether your chin faces towards the sky or over to your left. Breathe your shape across the front of your chest, deep into your belly space, across the back of your hips and down your legs. Taking 3 more breaths here. Slowly unwinding. A last hug of your knees to your chest. Perhaps a roll side to side. And then allowing yourself to rest. And take a Shavasana position that you really want to. So it doesn't have to be arms and legs straight. You could perhaps bring the soles of your feet together and your knees wide. You could perhaps bring your arms overhead. Do whatever it is you need to support your resting. And let gravity take you. Let the earth hold you. Let any holding dissolve into the arms of the earth. Give yourself up to the sensations. Staying present in your relaxation. Bring your awareness to your breathing. Allow your breath to roll effortlessly in and out of your body. Delivering chi or prana to the newly opened spaces in your body. And then slowly gather your hands in, your left hand to rest over your heart, your right hand to rest over your abdomen. Feeling the movement of breath in your belly and the beating of your heart in your chest. Offering yourself full love, appreciation, and presence. Slowly, slowly turning to rest upon your left side. Pressing yourself up to seated. Bringing your hands together at your heart. Bowing your chin or your nose towards your fingertips. Honoring yourself and your practice. Namaste.